On the floor, we found hundreds of potsherds, which testified that the place was occupied.
Thousands of years ago, a secretive Jewish group called the Essenes tucked away their deepest beliefs and wildest prophecies in scrolls hidden in the remote caves near the Dead Sea. Across history, we've found ancient artifacts, cryptic carvings, and mystical oracles that offer more than just dusty insights.
In police records all over the world are stored fingerprints of criminals. So what we are doing here is the same.
They seem to predict events we're seeing unfold right now. From messages etched into stone to prophecies that echo through the centuries, these relics challenge us to rethink the connections between the past and present. So, grab your sense of wonder and curiosity as we dive into these ancient treasures, exploring the mysteries they hold and uncovering how their messages continue to shape the way we see our world today. Number 1. Discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. In 1947, a group of Bedouin shepherds made a discovery that rewrote history. One of the shepherds tossed a rock into a cave near the Dead Sea and heard pottery shattering. Curious, they climbed inside and uncovered ancient jars holding fragile, dusty scrolls. Little did they know, they had just uncovered the Dead Sea Scrolls, some of humanity's oldest and most mysterious manuscripts. Which one is cuter? Like for the dog, comment for the cat. Dating back over 2,000 years, these scrolls contained biblical texts, hidden prophecies, and the teachings of the Essenes, a Jewish sect who believed the end of the world was near. Their writings spoke of apocalyptic battles, messianic figures, and a cosmic struggle between good and evil. Echoes of themes that seemed eerily relevant today. Now preserved in Jerusalem's shrine of the book, the scrolls intrigue scholars and spiritual seekers alike. Number 2. Guardians of the Scrolls. Living in the barren land of Qumran near the Dead Sea, the Essenes proved to be a significant Jewish group during the Second Temple period, which began around 150 BCE and ended with the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE. This community, associated with the Qumran site, is most famous for its extreme devotion to the preservation of the Old Scriptures, among which the holiest of the holies, the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Essenes were a highly organized society with a strict way of living in that they held property in common and practiced purification rites. They thought of themselves as the true sons of light, preordained for salvation and waiting for a redeemer to liberate them from persecution. In their writings, one can see that they were worried about the state of morality they saw in society and wrote as cries for revival. The Essenes copied sacred texts with great care and produced their documents so that they left a valuable source for the understanding of the Jewish thought of the period. Their stories remain inspiring and encourage people to keep moving forward, explore, and believe in faith and people. Number 3. The War Scroll. The War Scroll is one of the Dead Sea Scrolls, written by the Essenes and found in the caves near the Dead Sea. It paints a clear picture of a final battle between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. This text narrates a dramatic story of a final battle that is both a call to action and a manual for the original audience of the text. The scroll describes a 3-part conflict, each stage of the conflict marked with increasing tension and ethical dilemmas, and the divine intervention where God assists the faithful against evil. When we have our challenging moments, which we do, whether it is the continued strife in Ukraine or the Middle East, the messages of justice, hope, and perseverance in the War Scroll are powerful. It motivates us to remain faithful to our principles as the conflict between good and evil goes on. This is an ancient text that portrays humanity's struggle for justice, challenging all of us to find ourselves in this narrative and rise to the call of heroism for a better world. Number 4. The Book of Jubilees. As we delve deeper into prophecies, we uncover another ancient scroll discovered in the Qumran cave. This remarkable text, dating back to the 2nd century BCE, offers a unique retelling of biblical stories and prophecies that resonate with events happening today. The book reveals a divine plan, predicting the arrival of a Messiah who will establish a peaceful kingdom on earth, where people will live for up to 1,000 years, free from suffering. It emphasizes the importance of following God's laws and staying true to one's faith amidst the challenges of life. The scroll also introduces a structured timeline called Jubilees, marking history in 49-year cycles, each leading us closer to significant prophetic events. These ancient writings not only provide insight into the spiritual beliefs of the past, but also reflect themes of hope and renewal that are relevant in our world today. Number 5. Book of Revelations. The Book of Revelation is one of the letters of John, who was in exile on the island of Patmos, and contains an apocalyptic vision of the last days. It starts with Jesus Christ, who breaks 7 seals, and each of them brings forth events that lead to the end of humanity. Of these, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are perhaps the most well-known. The first horseman rides a white horse and is believed to represent the Antichrist, a world leader who will deceive nations into making a single global government. This has been likened to the present-day call for international administration and synchronized economic structures, as the use of cryptocurrencies and cashless systems becomes more prominent in the world. Some people think it has become evidence that centralized control is emerging, as Revelation has foretold. And the more seals are opened, the result is war, pandemic, and societal breakdown. These events are very close to what is happening in our world today, and this makes people wonder if we are living in the end times. Number 6. Nostradamus' Quatrains. Nostradamus, the well-known French astrologer of the 16th century, is still surrounded by mystery and reverence. His quatrains, written hundreds of years ago, are considered prophetic and applicable to modern society. His prophecies are not simply vague verses, but seem to prophesy some of the major events in history in a way, beginning from Napoleon Bonaparte to Hitler, right down to the attack on the World Trade Center in New York on 9/11. The Nostradamus' prophecies are scary to the extent that one can hardly dismiss them as mere myths or fables. But it doesn't end there. His writings also depict natural disasters such as devastating earthquakes, floods, and wildfires, which are quite similar to the current environmental challenges. As the world becomes more uncertain, unpredictable, and dangerous with climate change and the looming threat of war, such as in Syria or Yemen, many people do not think that these quatrains of Nostradamus are just a mere coincidence, but a prophecy of what is happening in the world today. His words are prophetic and also a cautionary message as we watch these events unfold. Could the future he saw centuries ago still be unraveling today? Nostradamus may have given us a guide to our future, which we are yet to fully decipher. Number 7. The Hopi Prophecies. The Hopi prophecies are coming true. Here's why we should pay attention. The Hill. The Hopi Indians have always had several prophecies of the future end of the world on Earth, which have been transmitted from generation to generation. They think we are on the verge of entering the fourth world, and at the end of this world, there will be disasters similar to the floods, fires, and ice that destroyed the earlier worlds. Today's people are at the crossroads, and the Hopi prophecies are even more relevant as they speak of the disasters and the human actions. One of their most chilling visions is rivers of stone, which many believe are today's concrete roads, and the sea becoming black like the Gulf oil disaster of 2010. According to them, the appearance of a blue star will be a sign that the Great Purification has begun, a period of social turmoil and natural disasters, including catastrophic earthquakes and pollution. These prophecies indicate the moral decisions that humanity is making, and we need to change our ways towards the Earth. While the environmental crises unfold and the natural disasters increase, the Hopi's teachings resonate like a prophecy of the need to preserve the world's harmony to have a future. Number 8. Aztec prophecies. Like most ancient civilizations, the Aztecs had strong beliefs regarding the apocalypse and the world's end. They thought that human beings were in the fifth and last cycle of creation, called the Age of Earthquakes. In Aztec mythology, the previous 4 worlds were annihilated by natural disasters such as floods, fires, and winds, and the 5th world will also be destroyed but will not be reborn again. The last age was the Age of Earthquakes, which was claimed to be ended by powerful earthquakes that would cause the earth to split. The Aztecs thought that nothing would follow this. Time itself would stop, and the cycles would cease. Their prophecies stated that this great shaking would destroy Earth, the disintegration of all civilizations, and the end of man's history. Cataclysmic earthquakes, for example, the Japanese and the Haitian ones, reduce whole territories to rubble and ashes, which the ancient Aztecs painted as a result of the end of the world. Number 9. The Mayan calendar. On December 21, 2012, the world was waiting for the end of the Mayan calendar that predicted the end of the world. This date, surrounded by so much mystery, was viewed as the beginning of change rather than the beginning of the end. According to Mayan people, scholars do not consider this period as destruction, but as the change within their long-count calendar system, an opportunity to start over. Despite widespread misconceptions about doom-laden prophecies surrounding this date, fueled by media sensationalism leading up to it, many believe it symbolizes humanity's opportunity for growth amidst challenges faced today, encouraging people worldwide toward conscious living aligned with natural cycles. Number 10. The Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is an ancient Jewish text which is attributed to Enoch, the great-grandson of Noah. It contains many prophecies which have been the subject of interest among scholars and believers for many years. While it is not part of the officially recognized canon and is not included in most editions of the Bible, it has a highly significant role in the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. Among the most vivid prophecies of Enoch, one can mention the story of the flood, which is similar to the story of Noah's Ark, and the reminder of people's sinfulness and God's punishment for them. The text also has a message of a coming Savior known as the Son of Man, who will punish evil and bring salvation for the righteous. This figure is portrayed as a light to the nations, to usher in justice and peace. The Book of Enoch teaches the theme of divine retribution and the time when all sinners will be punished and the world will be set in order. Number 11. Da Vinci's apocalyptic prophecy. Leonardo da Vinci, the great scientist and painter, was also gifted with visions of the future that were rather gloomy. In his last years, the Deluge sketches depicted a world that was sinking into the water and chaos. From these pictures, one gets the feeling that what is depicted was a prophecy of the climate change that is evident today, including features such as rising sea levels, an increase in the intensity of storms, and other natural disasters. The last painting that Leonardo painted before he died is John the Baptist, and this painting also directs to hope and salvation. However, his sketches depicted what would happen if the human race did not transform. With such changes as glaciers melting and storms intensifying, his prophecies seemed to be closer to reality. He also pointed at the economic collapse, saying there are invisible coins that can be interpreted as today's cryptocurrencies and financial crises. Number 12. Saint Malachi's Biblical Apocalypse. Saint Malachi Morgar, an Irish saint from the 12th century, is renowned for his chilling prophecies about the end times. During a pilgrimage to Rome in 1139, he had a divine revelation that foresaw the reign of 112 popes, leading to the final days of humanity. His prophecies, known as the Prophecy of the Popes, have shocked many with their eerie accuracy. Malachi described each pope with cryptic Latin phrases. Pope Benedict XV, for example, was religio depopulata, religion devastated, and indeed, His reign saw the devastation of World War I and the Bolshevik Revolution, where millions abandoned the Church. Pope John Paul II, de Laboris Solis, from the labor of the sun, was born and buried during solar eclipses, an astonishing coincidence. Malachi's prophecy didn't stop there. He foresaw that after Pope Benedict XVI named Gloria Olivae, the glory of the olive, there would only be one more pope, Petrus Romanus or Peter the Roman. According to Malachi, the reign of this final pope will coincide with the tribulation, leading to the destruction of the church and the end of the world. Number 13. The Prophecies of Fatima. On May 13, 1917, in the small village of Fatima, Portugal, 3 shepherd children, Lucia dos Santos and her cousins Francisco and Jacinta Mato, experienced a miraculous event that would change their lives and the world. While tending to their sheep, they saw a bright light and were visited by a figure they believed to be the Blessed Virgin Mary. This apparition instructed them to return on the 13th of each month for 6 consecutive months. The children shared their experiences with their families, but faced skepticism and disbelief from the townspeople. Despite the doubts, the children remained steadfast in their claims. On October 13, 1917, a crowd of 70,000 gathered to witness the promised miracle. They witnessed an extraordinary phenomenon known as the miracle of the sun, where the sun appeared to dance in the sky, leaving spectators in awe. This event transformed many skeptics into believers. During her apparitions, Mary revealed 3 secrets to Lucia, including visions of hell and predictions of World War II. The 3rd secret remained sealed until 2000, revealing a vision interpreted as a warning about future suffering for humanity. Number 14. The Sibylline Oracles. The Sibyls were some of the most respected female prophets in both ancient Greece and Rome, and made several prophecies that have been echoed down the ages. Among them is the prophecy regarding King Croesus of Lydia, who sought the oracle of Delphi's advice. The Sibyl, in a more enigmatic manner, told him that if he went to war, he would destroy a great empire. Thinking that this meant that he would emerge victorious, Croesus declared war and thus led to the destruction of his kingdom. The other important figure is the Cumaean Sibyl, who is said to have led Aeneas to the underworld in Virgil's Aeneid. There she prophesied that Aeneas's offspring would create a mighty empire, Rome, and thus connect the city's foundation with the gods' blessing. Most of the Sibylline oracles contain apocalyptic elements and the message of the coming punishment by the gods and the deterioration of society. These predictions have influenced society and even cultural and religious beliefs for quite some time now. Number 15. Oracle Bones. Oracle bones from the Shang dynasty, c. 1600–1046 BCE, of ancient China are important historical and cultural artifacts with implications still felt today. Made of the shoulder bones of oxen and shells of turtles, these artifacts were written with questions to the gods regarding agriculture, warfare, and the king's welfare. Divination was done by heating the bones until they split, and the cracks were used as the responses. These interpretations were meant to make future occurrences understandable to explain decisions and consequences. Oracle bones are not only the record of ancient customs, but also the bond with the origin of the Chinese civilization today. Number 16. The I Ching, China. While studying the sources that define the concept of prophecy in antiquity, it is impossible not to mention the I Ching, or the Book of Changes. This ancient Chinese work, from approximately the 11th century BCE, has provided direction for divination and philosophy for centuries. The I Ching is a system that is based on hexagrams, which are formed by 6 broken and 6 unbroken lines that symbolize different conditions and transformations. Every hexagram has readings of the current situation and the potential course of action. As a highly philosophical work, the I Ching focuses on the concept of yin and yang, that helps people adjust to the universe's rhythm. It is not only an instrument to predict events, but it is a philosophical compass at the same time. Number 17. The Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh is one of the earliest written stories. It was written in Mesopotamia. This poem is one of the most significant pieces of literature of ancient Mesopotamia. It tells the story of Gilgamesh, the Sumerian hero who wants to achieve immortality after the death of his friend, Enkidu. In the story of Gilgamesh, when he sets off on a journey, he faces hurdles and gains wisdom in life, achievements, and mortality. The narrative of the story makes the readers think about their legacies with the desire to create one. According to legends found within texts such as the epic Gilgamesh Bible, these narratives reflect concerns about humanity's impact on the environment, prompting reflection upon ethical responsibilities, ensuring future generations thrive alongside the natural world, fostering awareness of urgency, and addressing the climate crisis, according to. Number 18. The Mayan Codices. The Mayan Codices are a remarkable collection of ancient folding books created by the Maya civilization, containing essential insights into their culture, astronomy, and religious practices. Only 4 codices survived the destruction during the Spanish conquest: the Dresden, Madrid, Paris, and Grolier codices. These are made from the inner bark of trees, particularly the wild fig tree, and are inscribed in very delicate Mayan hieroglyphics. The codices are informative on many aspects of Mayan life, including farming and astronomy. For instance, the Dresden Codex contains almanacs and tables of astronomy, whereas the Madrid Codex is devoted to rituals connected with Chak, the god of rain. Today, the remaining codices are a source of information about the history of the Maya and their understanding of astronomy, which shows how the Maya people linked their culture to the physical world. Number 19. The Pyramid Texts. The Pyramid Texts are among the earliest religious texts in the world. They are spells and prophecies written on the pyramids of ancient Egypt. These texts date back to as early as the 24th century BCE and offer a wealth of knowledge regarding beliefs in the afterlife. Notably, the concepts of rising from the dead and life after death remain popular to this day as people discuss the meaning of life and its continuation. The pyramid texts are the first philosophical comments on the human search for meaning and comprehension of the world. They not only defined the ancient world's view of the universe, but also made one ponder about his or her spiritual quest, for the pursuit of meaning is eternal. Number 20. The Zohar. The Zohar, a foundational text of Kabbalistic literature, provides profound insights into the future and the Messianic age. It discusses the birth pangs of the Messiah, predicting that turmoil and conflict will precede the Messiah's arrival. This notion resonates with historical events, such as the Six-Day War in 1967, viewed by some as the start of a pre-Messianic era. The Zohar suggests that technological advancements are part of a divine plan to prepare humanity for spiritual elevation. It outlines a cosmic timeline, stating that civilization will last for 6,000 years, culminating in a period of rest for all. Number 21. The Popol Vuh. The Popol Vuh, also known as the Mayan Bible, is one of the most significant texts of the Mayan civilization that explains the cosmology of the civilization and humanity's interaction with the gods. It also deals with such important aspects as a fight or battle, the search for knowledge, and even a sacrifice. Hunahpu and Xbalanque are the hero twins who go through many challenges and win over the underworld that represents life, death, and rebirth. Number 22. The Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead is an ancient Egyptian funerary text that provides profound insights into beliefs about the afterlife. Composed of spells, prayers, and incantations, it was designed to guide the deceased through the challenges of the afterlife, ensuring safe passage to the realm of the dead. A central theme is the concept of judgment after death, famously illustrated by the weighing of the heart. This text reflects the ancient Egyptians' beliefs in immortality and their yearning for eternal life. It emphasizes the importance of rituals, moral conduct, and proper burial practices to secure a favorable afterlife. Ultimately, the Book of the Dead serves as both a spiritual guide and a window into ancient Egyptian culture and ethics. Number 23. Tibetan Buddhist Oracles. Tibetan Buddhist oracles, known as kutin, play a vital role in offering spiritual guidance and insight into Tibetan culture. These oracles serve as mediums, entering trances to channel the wisdom of deities and spirits, with the primary aim of protecting the Buddha Dharma and its practitioners. One of the most prominent oracles is the Nechung Oracle, consulted by Dalai Lamas for centuries. Their responses are often dramatic, marked by intense physical transformations as they embody the deity. Tibetan oracles continue to provide spiritual insight, reflecting the rich tapestry of Tibetan Buddhism and its deep connection to the divine, reminding us of the ongoing quest for wisdom and understanding. Number 24. Baba Vanga. Although this may not be ancient Baba Vanga, a famed Bulgarian mystic and clairvoyant born in 1911, is known for her remarkable predictions about future events. After losing her sight at a young age, she developed heightened intuition, leading her to make thousands of prophecies that have intrigued people worldwide. Her insights cover a wide range of topics, including natural disasters, political changes, and technological advancements. Notably, she predicted significant events like the breakup of the Soviet Union and the 9/11 attacks, showcasing her uncanny ability to foresee global crises. Even today, many seek her guidance, finding relevance in her insights amid contemporary challenges. Her legacy continues to captivate those curious about the mysteries of the future, underscoring the enduring power of intuition and the human desire to understand the unknown. Number 25. Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi was one of ancient Greece's most revered prophetic sites. According to legend, individuals seeking guidance would travel long distances to consult Pythia at her temple situated on Mount Parnassus. Through trance-like states induced by vapors rising from fissures in the earth, she would utter enigmatic phrases interpreted by priests who relayed them to seekers, often regarding matters like war or personal dilemmas. Her prophecies significantly influenced Greek politics and culture until Christianity's rise overshadowed pagan beliefs. Today's scholars examine these ancient messages for insights into human behavior while drawing parallels between Delphi's prophecies and modern-day societal challenges. As we uncover the secrets of ancient scrolls and eerie predictions, it's clear that the past might hold the key to understanding our present and future. If you're as intrigued by these ancient prophecies as we are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing discoveries. Drop a comment below. What do you think these ancient texts are trying to tell us about the world today? Let's dive deeper into the mysteries together.